Hello, today I will be walking you through the behind the scenes production of my most recent song that I released, Extraño. Last week I released the part 1 video where I was kind of starting the creation of the song. I think I ended at the comping of the vocals. So today, since I have already finished the song and I have already released it earlier this week, I thought I would just walk you through kind of like what I did for the rest of the production. Let's start with the vocals. So I finished comping like the main vocal layer, so I had like over like 9 or 10 tracks that I recorded, and then I just kind of chose the best parts of those tracks and used that for the main vocal layer. I also split up like each part of the verse just because sometimes the vocals overlapped, and so this little staircase is all the main vocal. Everything down here is like the harmonies and just like vocal stacking kind of things to make it sound more full. So this song was inspired by Ariana Grande's I Wish I Hated You. So the instrumental was like pretty simple in that song, and so I kept it pretty simple here too. I didn't add any drums or anything like that. It's just like a more like twinkly sounding instrumental. I have to say, I really liked how that turned out. This song is probably my favorite one that I have released so far. Hopefully each new song that I release becomes my new favorite, but that's the goal at least. Anyway, so I kind of went over the instrumentals last week. It's just 3 main instruments that I used for the chorus. I repeated the melody from the intro and I added it to the chorus in different versions, so it sounds like this. A little later I also added the harlequin. Which I wish I would have made this harlequin a little bit louder, because I think this synth bass still sounds a bit too loud. I wish I would have made this softer and the harlequin a little bit louder, but other than that, I really like how the instrumental came out. Now let's talk about the vocals. For the whole time there is singing, there is some kind of layer there, just to like fill it out a little bit more. I recorded like a few takes of ad-libs, and then I just kind of chose my favorite bits and just use that here. I panned one like slightly right, slightly left. I think I also repeated it. Yes, down here I do have one more layer of the ad-libs, slightly even more panned out. And I think the EQ is also slightly different, if you can see here. So I took out some of like the middle part just to make like more room in the EQ for the main vocal and like the other harmonies. I took out like the bass and this middle part, and I think that worked out nicely. But this is what the ad-libs kind of sound like here. So just like a harmony. This other vocal layer here is basically one of the tracks that I didn't use in the main vocal, except here again I panned it right left. I also changed the EQ slightly. It kind of accentuated the higher parts, and then I added a more extreme like pitch correction, which I think sounded pretty cool. I don't think you can really hear the pitch correction in the song like all together, but by itself I thought it might have added something fun. I also have some echoes just because it sounded a bit empty in some spots. Down here I just added some humming. Honestly, the humming doesn't sound that great by itself, but I thought it helped like fill out some of the empty spots a little bit. Here we get to the second half of the second verse, I believe. Yeah, and I wanted it to just kind of build up a little bit because it's building up to the pre-chorus and then the chorus. And so I added a few layers here. I also changed the EQ, so I boosted some of like this lower end and got rid of some of this higher end. So this is what that kind of sounds. So it's kind of like muted a little bit. Increase this lower section, decrease these higher parts, so it just again takes a different spot, takes up a different space in your ear, hopefully. These ones, again, I kind of cut out the middle part. I don't know if I'm doing this right, by the way, these EQ things, but I was just kind of experimenting with that. And in Ariana Grande's song, there are a lot of like vocal layers and like echoey stuff that I really liked. So I tried to kind of emulate that. I think I was somewhat successful. Definitely could have been better. Let me play what all these layers sound like together. I thought it sounded pretty good. At that last part, I just kept the echoes at the end. Here's the pre-chorus. I added one more layer of harmonies. I guess this one I cut out all the mids and lows and just boosted the highs for the EQ. This one I kind of did a more linear curve there. Let's just see what that sounds like by itself. Okay, so it sounds more like a telephone kind of sound. And then I also did pitch shift on these ones, so you can kind of hear the chipmunky sound. There you are, all together. It's all building up to the chorus here. This part also, maybe I could have added a few more layers, just because since there was already several layers in the pre-chorus, the chorus could have maybe used like another, I don't know, 4 tracks. I want to get better at the panning, because, or maybe I just need new headphones, because I feel like I can't really tell when I change the panning like 100% right or like halfway or whatever. Like I feel like I cannot really hear the difference, and I'm gonna blame it on my headphones. Maybe I just need to train my ear better too. That is something that I want to get better at. Other than that, just here, this last part, there's a little line where I'm like asking a question, and so I kind of wanted to accentuate that. Here I just added it on one side, which I feel like on my laptop I can't hear it coming from that side, so that's good. Then just for the final verse, I added some more of these echoey things just to kind of keep it lingering for a little bit after the final words. And then I also added the humming at the very end with the instrumental. Which I wish I would have taken out that big breath of air that I took there, but what can we do? So yeah, that is all the production behind that song. I just wanted to share that. Hopefully that was somewhat interesting. The song is out now for you to listen to the whole thing. Let me know what you think. If you like that sound or style. I think, again, yeah, this is probably my favorite song that I've released so far, which is fun. My plan is to hopefully release another song before the end of this month. I haven't started on it yet. I'm debating if I want to write a whole new one or use something that I have in my voice memo vault. So we shall see. Let me know what you think of the Spanish song too, if you like Spanish music or not. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.